And welcome to Blockbuster Bums. Kick back your recliner, crack open a beer, and let's talk movies. And today we'll be talking about Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, the second movie in the Indiana Jones saga after we moved on from the Ark series or Ark saga last week. We jumped a couple of years to 1984. And David's back to talk Indiana Jones with us again. Thank you, David, for returning.
Excited.
Yes, absolutely. Another good indie adventure. So, Tom, what did you think of your rewatch of Temple of Doom?
I loved it. Like from the very start, the opening dance sequence and number, like I couldn't stop smiling and laughing at it. And even like just the iconic like Kali Ma and all that stuff later on, like I enjoyed it just as much as the first one. Like
Anything goes.
I know, like I loved it. I wasn't expecting. I totally blanked and forgot all about the opening number. Like, and I was high as shit when I watched it. So then I was like, what am I seeing here? And then it just comes in. I'm like, oh my god, just sinking down. Like, go Spielberg. Like, like tripping out when the bitches go backwards up and everything. Like, yeah. Like,
Well, Barry, what did you think of your rewatch of Temple?
I liked it much more than I thought I was going to because it kind of has a reputation as being kind of dark and weird. And I found myself liking it precisely for those reasons because it was dark and weird.
That sounds very un-Barry.
Oh, but it's like in a humorous sort of way. Like you can't take any of it too terribly seriously. So it's almost like a gag of sorts. I don't know.
it's Octopussy.
Yeah.
Like, it's still Octopussy.
All
But it was a
right.
lot of fun.
Okay. David, what did you think?
I agree with both of them. I grew up watching these films. I felt like of the trilogy, I liked this movie the least, and so in my rewatches, I just kind of skip over it and I'd watch 1 and 3, and so I really sat down and watched it for real, and I picked up on a lot of things I missed as a kid growing up, and I thought there was a lot of good scenes that I overlooked in the past. I enjoyed the watch much more than I anticipated going into watching it. So.
Awesome. Ray, what were your thoughts, buddy?
I mean, it was a very good movie. Nice break from the Nazis.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of good set pieces. Very detailed, very thought out, very well done. A little bit of special effects towards the end was okay. It wasn't like crazy good, but it was pretty good for what they had. And just, a random adventure, just thrown in his lap, and he just got to deal with it again.
That's what I like. The random adventure.
That's the kind of shit I like. And
It's just
You can't stumble into something any more than he stumbled into this.
dude, it was just like shit rolling downhill.
Shiva made it happen.
And probably one of the best sidekicks of all time. Short round.
Oh yeah.
Well, I will say that I really enjoyed my rewatch. This is, again, like David said, it's a movie I watched a lot growing up. I always would like to walk up to people and do the whole chest thing because I thought that was cool. But yeah, I thought it was a good, solid rewatch, and I was excited to watch. I did have to have my boys cover their eyes a few more times in this movie than I did in the last one, but
Yeah.
pretty solid rewatch. So, like Tom said, the movie starts with a song and dance number, with what's her name, Willie, doing
Willie
a little
Scott. From Missouri.
song girl thing. Yeah, from Missouri.
From
yes.
Missouri.
Yeah, we're filming this podcast in Missouri.
In
so,
Missouri.
yes. But then it obviously leads us to a interaction between Indy and now I can't remember the guy's name, but the
Chow.
was it Chow?
The Chow?
I remember it's all over the plane.
Yeah, it's on the
'cause
plane, yeah.
But no, the great back and forth between these guys though. Like first off, already
Yes.
tried to assassinate Indiana Jones prior to this meeting, took old boy's thumb or whatever, finger in the process, and then sitting there like, what is it, like a Chinese emperor that he has or something like that?
Ashes, wasn't it?
Yeah, the ashes of like
Ashes.
the Chinese emperor. Whatnot.
Lao Che.
Yeah.
Lao Che.
Like, but yeah, that's all they were after and whatnot. But I just like that exchange, like, because it just leads up to him like cheersing and then drinking like the poison and all, and that
Mhm.
classic line, like, and now you'll give me back the diamond and all for the poison you just drank or the antidote.
I just couldn't get over the vial and the diamond scramble around the dance floor thing. Was totally like 80s movie
Yeah,
bullshit. Like, it was just like everybody's kicking it, you're crawling around the ground, like go after two different things. Like, I feel like you've seen that scene like in 20 different movies in your life.
or like the Tommy gun with the was it the big drum and everything? Yeah. Like, you've seen that and everything with it too. Like, yeah, there were a lot of little tropes in this, like,
Oh,
opening
Andy,
scene.
I'm not that kind of girl.
Broad. Yeah, no, like, yeah, she's just such a pain in the ass throughout this whole movie. Like,
She definitely is.
I'll be honest, I was a little distracted at the beginning of the movie, so I feel like I missed something again. But what was the point of him knowing the waiter? The waiter was his friend.
I think the waiter was supposed to be his backup.
Yeah, just as backup
because that's why
guy.
the waiter
Mhm.
had the gun on him and everything.
Well, you would have thought like the
yeah.
waiter, serves the drinks. He already drank the poison. I thought there would be some connection of, maybe the waiter was going to switch the drink.
You think there would have been more vigilance on that part, but
It just seemed like a wasted opportunity.
He was
thought,
not a good backup.
He was
Yeah.
introduced
He
and
was
very
just
quickly
the
killed
gun
off,
man.
and that's why he got shot, Barry. Like,
They went on plenty of adventures together.
mhm.
Apparently not that intriguing on this one.
Now it's just short round.
Yeah.
Well, then India and the girl escape and end up on Lao Che Airlines.
Which, yeah, I just love. It's like,
Yeah, which was just like, what the hell? And it's not even like an airline, as in like, it's a freight liner.
Yeah.
Like, it's hauling, it's like
Back over
chickens
the
and stuff in it.
mhm.
And then, they're obviously set up because the pilots jump out of the plane while they're sleeping, and, they have to jump out of the plane without parachutes in a rubber boat.
Life
Life
raft.
raft.
Yeah.
Life raft, yeah.
Mythbusters did that one too.
Yep.
Did not work out.
I would imagine not.
Yeah.
Well, it's not just the fact that they jumped out of an airplane. They jumped out of an airplane, landed on a ski slope, went all the way down a mountain, and then ended up in a rushing river. Like, so, yeah. By the way, we also see them traveling on a map again with the lines on a map.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
I like
it
it
was a
I
nice
love
little
that in
adventure.
basically any movie.
Yeah.
I meant to mention that on the last episode we filmed because, the movie's set in the 30s.
Mm-hmm.
They've got two countries on there that weren't established until after 1930, and they
No.
forgot to change the names to the correct names on the map at the time. I just thought that was a fun.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd think somebody would be bright enough and cautious enough to notice that.
Yeah.
Yeah, George Lucas, weren't you,
can
an
make any map
anthropologist?
you want nowadays. That's the Chinese.
And, he's they literally wash up on a shore on this life raft. And there's a guy standing there, and that's the guy that sends them on a mission. Like you literally, he fell out of an airplane onto a ski slope, into a rushing river, over a waterfall, onto shore,
Yeah. Shiva brought
into a mission.
Yeah, he is Adventure Man.
He is turned into on a mission from God. He was a messenger from Jesus, That's how it's turning out.
By the way, what the hell were they eating when those people fed them?
Looked like
brains.
bat
was
dung
it?
or something.
Oh, like actually.
Oh,
No, I don't know. I
he's
mean, like-
talking about in the village.
In the village, yeah.
when they,
When they feed him, and she's like, "I'm not eating this," and he's like, "You're insulting them."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it looked like slimy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was.
Yeah,
I'm really asking.
I mean, I'm sure it's like just some type of vegan dish. Like, just because once again they're poor people in India. There was no protein on that plate. Like,
It was unrecognizable to me.
I mean,
But
yeah,
I would have
like-
passed it up as well, and I'm a pretty adventurous eater.
you can't, Barry. You can't pass it up.
Be
I mean, with all
insulted.
them bats
Like-
around, it's probably bat shit.
Like,
I'm gonna say like an Ace Ventura.
oh,
Yeah.
I'm guessing. Yeah, I'm
Let
guessing. It wasn't-
guano.
well, that's like I'm guessing it wasn't prepared in like the standard hygienic way that you might think. Like, it's
I would imagine.
you're working with what you got. Like,
Yeah.
It looked properly gross though.
At least it had a lettuce wrap.
And then the next thing I have written in my notes, and I think most of you will agree, if not all of you, I just have written down. Willie is completely useless.
Yeah, but I like her
Yeah.
for it. I like her for it because she would be. She's some lounge singer,
Yeah.
so she should be completely out of place. She should be frantic and upset at everything.
Yeah.
Where was this argument for the Bond girls that were fucking worthless?
And I'm okay with that.
Exactly.
Like, just like.
Yeah, it added to the legitimacy of the random adventure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Well, and you couldn't put another Miriam in that place. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
then it just becomes redundant. Like
Yeah, it wouldn't have
movie
worked.
becomes redundant when you have the same type of characters. So
Mhm.
why not mix it up and have a real damsel in distress kind of thing?
Yeah, I liked her way more than I thought I would. I thought I
Yeah,
would be
I
annoyed
did
by
too.
her the whole time, and I wasn't.
I don't hate her. She annoys me. Like it's like if you said, I'm going to put you in these 6 situations over the course of this movie, and then asked me, what is the number one thing you shouldn't do in those six situations? She's going to do all 6 of them. She's going to be, hey, we're trying to be quiet and not let them find us, so I'm going to scream at the top of my lungs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, come on, lady. Like,
Yeah, she's not helpful, that's for sure.
Like, we understand that you're high society, but do you want to live to the next day?
Yeah.
Right.
I will say though, it's really fake, but I love the scene when she's trying to dry out her shirt and she picks up the bat instead of her shirt. I love
Oh,
that
yeah.
scene.
Oh, I know. I like that whole camping exchange. Like, I love it. Like, Indian short round cheating each other and everything. Like, no, you
Yes.
make me poor. No fun. Like, I love it. You're just sitting there like, he treats short round like an equal. And I think that's what I really liked about it as a kid.
Yeah.
Like, I know that I was a big fan of Data and all that, and the Goonies too. So that, like, I was like, all right, I'll like just recognize him as another kid. But it made you think like, oh, like as a kid, you could go on an adventure with somebody that's doing this as an adult. When no, you're not bringing a child. Like, you're once again, you're like the broad. You're completely worthless. Like,
But Short Round held his own. I mean, he got
Yeah,
the
but,
credibility
I mean,
to be treated like an
it
equal.
was adapted, yeah. But it was one of those things where I loved that back and forth between them and all that. To where, like I said, he is the indie equal and all that. Like, even like I said, even when they first were given the mission, how he even like is copying Indiana Jones's mannerisms and all that. Like,
Yeah.
it's the little things throughout the whole thing where he's like
the hand
idolizing the adults.
gesture.
But
and
you
then,
still
the
like,
hat.
but you still have that moment of, oh yeah, you are a kid later on when he like beats the fuck out of that swipe, and then it was like, I'm sorry, man. Like, it's just like, it's like that's all I got. Like, it's
I think, in a way, Short Round makes this movie.
He does. He really
I think
does.
so too.
His interactions back and forth with Indy are epic. I agree with you, Tom. Not just in this scene, in other scenes too. He also is like him and Indy. You can tell. Obviously, this isn't the first time they've done things together because he knows exactly what to do when Indy does other things. So like, there's like this like continuity between the two of them, which is awesome. Now she fucks it up.
Always.
Yeah, she's like, oh, don't do that, and he's like, no, but then he's always like, I don't know why, but I just love the fact that he's always like, call him Dr. Jones, like, he's always telling everybody, call him Dr. Jones.
well, or even later on when he says he's gonna check on old girl, like when they're actually in the palace, and like
Yeah.
Short Round's like, oh, like it's like, oh, he knows.
He goes,
like,
tell me about it later.
Yeah, like, it's one of those, like this little stuff like that, to where I was like, I know what you're doing, Dr. Jones. Like, just
Yeah, it's a really it's an obvious thing that he does. He doesn't treat him as a child.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point along the way, somebody made that decision. Like, somebody in a meeting is like,
Yeah.
what is this relationship? And somebody landed on, how about Indiana Jones treats this kid just like he would any other man? And that was a wonderful decision.
And they wrote his lines so he has the best one-liners. He's got the best
Yeah.
dialogue in the movie. It's pretty
because it's still
awesome.
his childhood. Like I said, it's still him. Like when he's talking to the elephant, you're my best friend. Like, come
Yeah.
home with me. Like, it's a conversation that you would expect a child to be having and everything
Yeah.
with like a baby elephant they're riding.
Yeah, I agree.
And you wouldn't want to watch Indiana Jones interact with children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No,
Like, it would
I
just be weird and
I was
awkward.
actually thinking
You
about
don't-
this.
Yeah, you don't want to see indie parenting.
Yeah.
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 that would-
That's what it
that
is.
would
I'm
be
not.
dumb.
I'm not like. Yeah, I'm not trying to watch that.
I was actually thinking about this. If you took the actor out and replaced Short Round with an adult, would the movie still work?
No, it'd be weird.
It would be far less charming, but it could still work.
I think I agree with you, Barry. I think yes, it wouldn't be as charming. We would the kid stuff. We would take it differently, but there would still be that back and forth, them bullshitting with each other and calling each other names and like cheating with on each other, not on each other, but like cheating at cards with each other. And I think those things would still work.
But the female aspect would be so out of place at that point because there might be them looking at her like the same way instead of you having Short Round like,
He's
oh,
a kid.
maybe
Yeah, it's not
he
even-
likes older women. You know?
No, that was funny. That
You know what I'm
line was
saying?
really funny. Yes.
So you having another adult male in there would throw the whole dynamic out of whack.
So you don't think if you replaced him with like the actor that played Sala that they could pull that off?
Are you keeping the same dialogue?
Yeah, I'm saying keep the same dialogue, just replace it with an adult. I'm just naming a random adult.
No, because it would be
No,
weird
well,
coming
yeah,
out of
yeah,
his
you can't-
mouth.
Yeah, you can't keep the same dialogue. It's too childish.
Yeah, it would be a whole different.
Oh yeah,
movie.
you would have to change
Or-
Short Round's
or-
dialogue.
Yeah,
Yes.
or especially when he's fighting the little kid up top, Solid would murk that kid. Like it'd be like a Peter Griffin thing, just like one time that kid off the cliff, and like just,
How do you think about that when he beats up the the Sultan or whatever?
That'd be the entirely opposite of what you're doing with this whole scene. It's like you're saving the children.
And plus, Short Round fills in because all the kids got kidnapped. So he plays a buffer between the adults and the kids.
yeah.
So I mean, the adult guy would have never worked
Solid
out.
one time an Indian kid. Like,
It would be
just-
great.
This is for Egypt. like just yelled out Cairo. Like,
So, what did you guys think of Dinner at the Palace?
I love that scene as a kid.
Snakes, bugs,
No, snake surprise
and brains.
and then
Monkey
it's all
brains.
over the
Oh,
table.
yeah, that's where the monkey brains are.
Chilled monkey brains.
Yes,
Like,
it was a
mean-
dessert.
that's a real thing. Like
I mean, if you got to do what you got to do, I guess. But that is not my number one dish.
once again, because we're supposed to be set still. Are we in the 40s now or
Still 30s, I
still in
think.
the 30s?
Well, they were in
Yeah.
It was 1939 in the last movie. So did they not advance a year in this movie?
Oh, I don't know. I just know we're still early on, so pretty much you got like
Well, what I thought it was 36 in the
Was it
last.
36?
It was
I
36
don't
in the
know.
last one.
Maybe it was.
So this has got to be 38.
Either way, so
I'm
yeah,
looking.
we're still working with like at least under 1940s in India.
Yeah, because we
in
still
BFE nowhere India. So I'm
'Cause-
guessing you're eating anything you can find. Like,
right, and plus you still got to be in the World War II era because you got to hit the next movie up. Still running with that.
Yeah, the Krauts.
Yeah,
But yeah, like that's like I love that though. Like I said, I liked how everybody got their own monkey brain. Like I thought that was really cool how they made that.
It was served nicely.
yeah.
Yeah,
Head, skull.
presentation. I want one of those fucking pillows. Like the,
Oh,
like the
yeah.
air- like
Yeah,
everybody knows
that
those
was
big
cool.
ass pillows and all that. Because like how much do they weigh? People had to lean up against them. Is it gonna roll with me? Like I want one of those
Yeah.
pillows now.
I want to know what the eyeball in the soup added to the flavor of that.
Oh, no, I'm
Was
not
it
eating
just the
eyeball.
salt of the blood,
I mean,
or
the eyeball. It's like it's a sought after part of it. So it's one of the first things people go for, like barbacoa. So I mean, if you get
Yeah.
a whole soup full, you kind of get it's like it's yours.
You
yeah,
know, if you're a maniac, I mean,
It's a delicacy. I
yeah.
mean,
What are you,
like,
fucking Hannibal Lecter?
Then after the eating, this is really where you learn just how absolutely useless Willie is, because she can't even fucking hook up. She fucks up fucking.
Yeah,
She can't even have sex with Indy without fucking it up.
too much pride.
I mean, he's totally interested.
Yeah,
I mean, this woman can't do anything right in this movie.
well, wasn't he equally to blame for the lack of coming together, if you will?
well, yeah, but I don't know.
No, he just made that was like we'll put like some to some effect like the best you'll have is like well we'll find out in the morning, and that's where she took offense to it.
Yeah.
But they were bantering up until like well like we'll see if you are like he just didn't agree with that like he just didn't like stroke her ego in that moment.
Right.
I mean, he brought her fruit. I mean, she should be coming over.
Was that smart of him to?
To bring fruit, yes.
No, to
Like, you always
kind
leave
of,
sweets, like
take a little jab at her. I mean, that wasn't wise. I mean,
Well,
I didn't take it as a jab. I just took it as he thought it was a for sure thing.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna have mad sex here in a minute, lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took that as her ego. Like, because up until the deal was sealed. You chose to be upset in that moment.
Well, that's true.
Like that's on you. Like, but then again, if they would have hooked up, he probably wouldn't have found that part of the statue and all that.
That's true.
Like, and who knows where the storyline would have.
Yeah, he would have been
like,
getting choked out naked, you know.
Yeah. Like,
I mean,
It's a whole other movie at that point.
Yeah.
Right?
in fairness, she does save the two of them a few minutes after this.
Yeah.
she does. Like,
I mean, it takes her forever.
I didn't think,
but
that
she
I mean,
does.
would-
she saves them, and then she reactivates
Yes.
the booby trap.
Yes.
Like instantly.
Yes.
So
She's like a lady Indiana Jones, if we're being honest.
But I do like how, like, as soon as then Short Round was like, it wasn't, and he really quick got out the room when
Yeah,
the door
he did.
opened. Like, if you rewatch it, he's the first one and just stands there and waits like, wasn't me. Like, just no.
Also, the one inconsistency that I was like, you're kind of looking at things like, that doesn't make sense. Why is Short Round sleeping through the whole?
Oh,
Indy
when,
getting
when they're
strangled?
yeah.
No, and at one point he even opens up and looks and all that before later on when he does it and actually gets up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was watching the same thing to where like, he's right there. How does he not hear him? Like, at
Do you
all.
think he thought Indy brought the girl over and he was trying to like stay like I'm not gonna watch? type?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that.
Good call.
I just feel like you could have
That could be
set
it.
that up, so that
I
the
just
audience knows.
I
what's
just
going
took it
on.
as like he was far enough away, like, and you're supposed to silently be choking somebody out. Like,
Yeah, maybe Willie.
Yeah. I think the urge would have been strong a few times.
yeah, I don't think she would have had to have asked. Like,
No, but this is the first time we really, really see Indy get in full blown like I'm gonna die trouble and not have it in hand at all.
Yeah.
Like he's at the mercy of Willie.
Yeah.
If Willie doesn't pull that lever, he's dead.
Mhm.
And I mean, she does it. It takes, like I said, it takes her forever, and she squeals through it, but she does it.
When he zaps his hand through and grabs her,
Yeah.
the other right.
No, dude, I was like I said, I was watching it with my boys, and Xander jumped out of his pants when
oh,
he
I
reached through
believe- yeah,
and grabbed
I
her hand.
believe-
Yeah,
Because once again, they play that music and everything too,
Yeah.
so it just makes you do it.
and then for the first time, we get to see. Was it the first time or was it the second time? We get to see Indy reach back through and grab his hat. Did he do that in the first one?
He did it.
The first one was the whip.
Yeah, he reaches back through to grab the whip.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
This one is the hat because I noted
Yeah.
that too, to where like it's like because I'm trying to pick up like what are the running things that he's doing throughout it,
Mhm.
kind of like the New York ball cap thing and all that. Like,
I mean, it's a classic Indy. Everybody knows that he reaches back for that hat. I mean, Barry and I were actually just talking this morning about iconic scenes, and Barry is the one that was like, "Oh, reaching back for the hat would be, an epic one." I'm like, "Absolutely." So,
And you notice like he barely gets it in that.
Yeah.
Like it almost smashes his hat.
yeah,
So that had to have been one of those things where scenically they filmed that a few times and they're like, that's the closest we could get to it, not actually.
that's a stunt devil's arm for sure.
Smash it.
That's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
forward. So like,
Mm-mm.
like that's an arm that got hit like caught a couple times. So like,
but then we start getting like, I don't know. I guess the best way to put it is a lot of magic. Is the best way to
Yeah.
put it? Magic or sorcery or
Yeah.
Voodoo-ish.
yeah. I mean, like you can handle like, oh, we have
Ollie. Like,
like magma and people are dying and like we chant these certain things. When he reaches into a dude's chest and pulls out his still beating heart and the dude's still alive, it's we've gone to a different realm now.
Well, then the
good
chest
effect, like, I'm not
reheals.
gonna lie, decent effects
Say what?
for what it is.
Then the chest reheals.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like good effects still for what it was though. For just bloop. Like,
Oh yeah, indeed. Yeah.
like still good. And then like the whole thing like goes down and like burns them and then you see the heart flare up too. I was like, that's badass.
Yeah.
Like
And these guys they're properly creepy.
they are
Oh, yeah.
creepy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Something I think about too is, I watched this as a kid, obviously, and this is my introduction to India.
Yeah.
No.
And so I'm like, for years after this movie, I'm thinking like, India is just full of people doing voodoo
Yeah.
and crazy stuff.
Well, I
eat
mean-
monkey brains and
I did read that
I was fine with all that.
people were very upset that they showed India in this light. It did not go over well at the time.
Well, but you're showing a really dark. Well, yeah, but that would be like the equivalent of going to China and like, oh, we're just going to show the Nike sweatshops. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's reality. Like, I don't give a fuck if people are offended no matter what. Like, they did a decent job here and all that, and they didn't disrespect the culture in any way. Like,
How
Yeah,
realistic are the relics, though? Those stones.
the actual, I don't know as far as
I don't know
Hindu
anything about
as
'em.
far as Hindu religion, I'm not 100% sure if that has any relevance unless it's like regionally maybe some stories and stuff. But I mean, with the story of Kali and all that, like that's prevalent and all. So it's
yeah.
one of those things that you can tell that it is still part of their culture, but it's one of those things. It's just so far removed from what the West knows
Yeah.
that it's hard to explain to a Westerner that isn't, all right, like this is going to be a long story. If you really care, I'll tell it to you. But there's no way to wrap it up in just a couple paragraphs to where like you're going to understand the whole concept. Like
Right.
it's because that's one of those things. Like even in that religion, like you have to like almost live in India to practice it.
Oh, okay.
Because like even your like utensils and daily rituals are part of your religion. Like it's just it's an entirely different way of practice. That's all.
Right. Yeah.
It's also why they believe the caste system still. Like it's like if you're born poor, you deserve it. You're gonna die poor. Congratulations. Like know your place. Like
So I'll be honest with you guys. I'm kind of dumbfounded with my own notes because I'm coming up with a loss here. I have short round saves Indy and Willie, but I can't remember what I wrote that about.
well, because I mean, when they get because after that, pretty much like Indy sees like the kids being whipped by old boy with the big turban and all that,
Mhm,
throws the
mhm.
rock at him. Like
No, it's
Willie,
before that. Is when Short Round hits him with that torch and wakes him back up from the nightmare.
Yeah, all it takes is a little
No.
quick burning, and you're good
Yeah.
to go.
Oh yeah, he does because she's in the cage.
Yeah, she's in
he's
the cage.
he's getting ready to kill her, and
Yeah.
short round burns him. You're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right. Yeah, burns
That's
him with the torch to wake him out of his trance.
yeah, that's way far along then. Like
Well, I mean, it was about 20 minutes after what we're talking about.
oh yeah, like
When he burns the Sultan. Doesn't he
Yeah.
burn the Sultan first?
because
That's how he understands like it needs to be fired.
because that was the whole thing. Like, because at first, then because like the little Sultan like was whipped short round and everything while they were making Indy drink the blood that like
Yeah.
put him in the trance for all that.
Yeah, yeah, because then short round ends up being one of the kids that's enslaved on with
Yeah.
chain on the
Like,
chain
just
gang or
tapping
whatever.
away his chain. Like,
Yeah.
Trying to find the other two stones that are apparently down in these rocks.
yeah, but yeah, at least they gave the background on that. Yeah, there's like
Yeah.
he was even doing his own little archaeological diggies after the other two. So
Right.
I mean,
You got to take over the world. Might as well have all five.
when you know that three of them work, like, so it's like yeah, like,
Well, you at least know they light up.
that is true. Yeah. Like,
Oh, they work pretty well at certain points.
Yeah,
I mean, they at least catch Indy's satchel on fire.
that's true.
I
So you
mean,
know they got some kind
dude,
of
I
power.
love the bridge scene.
yeah,
Like,
the
as
bridge
soon-
scene's epic.
yeah. When he just like as soon as he starts speaking like Mandarin or Cantonese, whatever, to short round, I'm like, oh, this is happening and all, and it just like, oh shit.
So you better hold on, lady.
Yeah. Like,
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
You know,
we keep coming back to Short Round being this like he's the concrete, in
Mhm.
this film, and I think they do a great job of the kids are enslaved and the Sultan's young, and so this is how Short
Yeah.
Round interacts, and this is how Short Round saves the day because he can, bridge that gap between these adults and these kids in this movie.
that
And
little bastard had a voodoo
I just
doll.
think I think he's such a good character to be that mediator between the story and what's actually happening, and he saves the day by burning Indy, and he saves the day by the Sultan was stabbing the voodoo doll that was
Yeah.
ultimately hurting Indy, and Indy's head was about to get crushed in the rock crusher, and so
I
there's
I don't even think he wanted old boy to get crushed in the rock crusher.
He
Like,
did. He tried to
yeah, I
save
was
him.
like I don't think nobody wanted that. Like,
Yeah, that's a little much for anybody.
yeah, like I think it's because once again, it's like this is gonna be a slow death. This is like I said, 1930s factory type shit. Like,
yeah, we didn't see that shit in Bond. We saw a snowblower and we saw
wood chipper,
a wood chipper, but we didn't see a rock crusher.
roller, yeah.
Well, we almost did in what was it? License to Kill. Old boy was on the conveyor belt,
You're right. You're right.
but we didn't see him. We just it
It
kind
was,
of
it was Del Toro, wasn't it?
yeah, Del
Yeah.
Toro.
Yeah, you're right. Good recall there, Ray.
But no.
You're
Yeah, I
welcome.
agree with Tom. There's a lot of these really fun scenes. The bridge scene specifically,
Oh,
but
Very fun.
also
yeah.
the cart scene. I love
Yeah,
the
that's
car
Exactly.
ride
badass.
through the
Because
mine.
then the cart,
Oh, yes.
the cart scene
And that whole
afterward just
scene
made
was-
me want to play Donkey Kong, like
Yeah.
Go Stop
Oh,
Go or
yeah.
whatever.
Donkey
that-
Kong Country.
Yeah, that's all it did. It just reminded me of the mine cart there. Like you go to Six Flags and ride the mine cart as a kid then. And like all I could think about was Indiana Jones then at the time too.
Yeah, that was one of the best scenes of the movie.
But the one thing that pissed me off, those things that are just inconsistent, that 300 or 400 gallons of water that rushes through the whole entire mine and just comes pouring out of the
Yeah.
rocks, and it's eroding the cliffside away
Like,
because
just
there's so much water.
smashes through.
Yeah. And I was like, there's not enough water there for that.
Not even close. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think the bridge scene is probably one of the scenes I remember best from my childhood. That scene really stood out
Cut
to me.
scenes down to the alligators and all.
Yes,
Just,
the
like,
alligators,
claw.
the chest grab or whatever you want to call it from the what's his name, Mola Ram or whatever. But he also loses 2 stones and is kind of just okay with it.
Yeah.
Like it's a really kind of an epic little exchange there.
Yeah, because once again, he was only after he was there for the village only. Once again, this wasn't about a payday or the museum this time. Like this was purely for the archaeological and like the village. Like
Yeah.
But he also learned. I think that's something else that he like realizes like, excuse me, is I didn't think this was real, and now I know not only was it real, but there was more of them, and I understand the power now. Like it was almost like there was a realization that comes over Indy at the end of this movie.
Yeah. And it's a direct parallel to the previous film where
yeah,
he's
it's just like
very
an
skeptical about the power of the art.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like it's just
And-
another job.
And then he
Like,
sees it firsthand, and now he understands the power, and it's just
Yeah, now he
know.
wants to research the power. like,
Research the power, yes.
So yeah, again, I referenced it last episode too. It's like you start to see Indy's character change, and so
Hmm.
it's not about an archaeological find that he's gonna get a payday for. It's about helping the people that asked him to do this, and so he's using his, his expertise and his abilities to do something for the greater good rather than for personal benefit. So it's just a cool development of his character.
Absolutely. Which then, we kind of glossed over portions of it, but after the cart ride and the water rushing and all those things, and then you have the bridge, and just keeps going and going through all this. The 2 of the rocks, I guess that's what you call them, rocks, stones, whatever, fall. Everybody, all the bad guys are dead because the British army shows up.
the Indian army.
Well, the British
British,
leading the Indian army, or
Yeah,
however you
it's
want to
a-
look at it. Yeah,
Same thing back then, but still, like those are Indian soldiers. Like
show up and kill some more, and then they go back to the village and give the rock to the villagers, and Indy, Indy and her go to kiss, and the elephant sprays them with water.
I do like the joke on the first one that they did to where the 2 dudes with swords pop up and he goes to reach for his pistol and doesn't have it this time.
Yes, I like that too. Yeah,
I did like that little callback too.
Yeah.
Like there was little stuff like that I enjoyed.
that was nice. Would it have worked if he would have shot both of them? Like last time I shot 1, now this time I shoot 2. Would it have worked?
No, I
Not
mean,
as good. Not as good
no.
of a scene.
It would, yeah, it would have been like, well, okay, like you're not showing me anything different.
Just because you
like,
did
yeah.
it twice doesn't mean it's better.
Yeah, like you're still gonna be quicker with a revolver than 2 people with sword. Like it's like just not happening. Like
And you also find out Willie's from Missouri at this point.
Yeah.
What does anybody else have anything else they want to go over real quick?
Indy pulled off a drop kick.
Yeah.
Pulled off a drop kick. And The Chinese club is called Club Obi-Wan.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah. I just thought thematically, I like to look at movies and franchises as a whole, and you see Indy in the first film, and he is Indy, and he's portraying this character, and I keep talking about his development, and you're seeing this very start of Indy's, whole personality. And I don't think that he commands very well in the first film. I think a lot of it, we're saying he stumbles into things, and his sidekicks are saving him, and Marion's saving him at times, and then you see in the second film, I think it directly correlates to the actor Harrison Ford's sort of rise at this time, and so this film he's commanding, he's in charge, he's taking the lead. I think that he controls the film a lot better um, in the second film than he did in the first one. I just like to sort of acknowledge that as part of Harrison Ford and Indiana Jones throughout this series, this saga.
Yeah, I like it very much. Like what you're saying. When we're introduced to him, he's a fully formed figure ultimately.
Mm-hmm.
But they show you there's more to this guy than just this greedy, selfish guy. There's also this, which is very nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think you definitely see growth in Indy, and not just in this movie, but even in the next one. So
Yeah.
it's a good callback there, David. Anybody else before we move on to segment 2?
Yeah,
I think I'm
I've
good.
hit on all the points I wanted to.
All right. Well, that'll wrap up our movie talk and lead us into rankings. And we actually have things to actually talk about this time. So where do we want to start, gents?
I just in order.
Well, I
do
would
it.
suggest we should work backward.
I
Oh.
think I would agree.
You go villains first, Barry.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
So we're comparing Belloc and what, Mola Ram?
Yeah.
I never saw Belloc actually kill anyone. Like
It's true.
I seen Molarock. I kill multiple people and enslave a bunch of children. Belloc did not enslave children.
He didn't, but
Belloc was not.
he
Trying
was
to take
more.
over the world.
I would say he's more of Indy's equal.
I'd say he's a more equal rival, but
Yeah.
as far as villainry, like in the first one, like we just talked about, Indy was kind of a bumbling, failing forward kind of guy. Like to be his equal doesn't mean a whole lot to me. Like because he was getting foiled left and right as well.
Yeah,
So
I
they're
think
both failing forward,
Belloc was more of a Nazi puppet at one point.
and he still is.
Yeah.
No, he's dead.
Yeah.
he did.
So what are we trying to determine here? Like
Like I said,
aura, like who is a more evil person in the film, or who is the better
That's how-
antagonist?
that's how I'm
Who's
arguing.
the better is where I go with it.
Oh,
I prefer what's Mola Ra? Is that what
Yeah.
we're saying?
yeah.
I find everything they did, and again, I didn't expect to like all of the mysticism and stuff that this movie has, and the heart grab. I liked what they did with all of that. It was way better than it had any right to be, in my opinion. I'm going with Mola Ra. That's me.
I will say this: as a child, he scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, he's frightening.
Well, and I think with his character too, he shows his intellect at dinner, whereas like Belloc has to show it by doing the exact job and all that. But you can see like Belloc has a bigger control of stuff. Like he's even got the emperor under his control.
Yeah, that's true.
He's
It's
he's
one of those
evil.
things. Yeah, he's legit trying to take over the world. Like so he like I said, like Belloc's really just a henchman, low level henchman at that.
But-
you're on a side project for the Third Reich. Like I mean, come on, you're not even like really fighting World War II. Like,
But
you're
the
after
difference
like,
between the two, Belloc completed his mission. Mola Ram did not.
Indy could have pulled the trigger.
Mola Ram had ways and ways to go.
Well, yeah,
Belloc got it done.
you can only get
and
so much
died
out of child
doing it.
labor. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, they keep dying off.
Yeah, they're all vegans. Got little muscles.
I think what's intimidating about Mola Ram is Indy's insignificant.
Yeah.
really.
Like,
mean-
yeah, it just doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I mean,
to
yeah,
you.
I mean, he has mystical powers.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
this guy had Indiana Jones completely under his
Spell?
powers. Yeah.
Well, or
Yeah.
we could even talk Big Bang Theory. Indy's completely irrelevant to the first movie.
I don't think it's true. But
The Nazis still would have got it and still opened it.
But it wouldn't have been nearly as fun. But I take your point.
I mean, the movie
and,
wouldn't.
and it would have still been Belloc because Belloc was working for him.
But the movie wouldn't have existed because nobody would have watched it.
Well, that's beside the point. It would have been.
No, it is the
would have
point.
Been
The
it would have
point-
been
the
a
point-
Belloc movie and all that. That's what I mean. Just take Indy out and everything. Like, without Indy is, I guess he's still a villain because he's working with Nazis and all that. But I mean, like if you have no rival, like
Yeah, we
Like
just
that.
see a bunch of guys going, how,
Yeah.
the whole time.
like, even the
You
monkey.
know, who wants to watch that? How,
So
boy,
where-
how
Apparently
are we
the
going to
entire
the club?
country
How?
wants to watch
Yeah,
that.
now if the monkey was a choice, I think we would all agree.
Yeah.
that the monkey was
the
the
monkey's
greater
true.
villain.
The monkeys are the true villain.
So where
here.
are we landing here? So I'm on
You
Mola,
you and I have said it. No one else has chirped up.
and
I
I-
think Mola Ram plays as a better villain just because of his aura.
Yeah.
And
He's not trying to woo bitches and put them in dresses. He wants to kill people and take over the world. He is the better villain.
okay, so we definitely got three. Mola Ram, is that right? Okay.
Yeah, there's an M
And
on it.
Alex, you feel like it seems like you're kind of in between.
No, I'm not in between. I've thought Mola Ram since the beginning. I just don't
Oh.
agree with Tom's points. I
Okay.
just think
Well, that's
I
common.
just wanted to
Don't
push
agree with
back.
him or not. That's
I just
whatever.
wanted to push back on the first movie doesn't exist or exists fine without
Okay,
Indiana
I see.
Jones. That just doesn't make sense. But I don't know. I never stated that I thought Belloc was better. I just said he was Indy's equal.
And I couldn't quite gauge where you were either.
Now, I mean, Mola Ram is the better villain,
Mm.
but his psychotic behavior is his downfall, as where I was trying to make a point where Belloc actually got his mission done. That doesn't mean he's a better villain.
Mm.
That just means he completed what he started. Mola Ram is better all around.
Well, give Mel
Regardless.
around a bunch of Germans hyped up on meth, and I bet he like really digs a tunnel as well.
he kind of
Like,
did.
it's
He had a bunch of Indian dudes hyped up on black magic.
Yeah, but it's not the same when they're children.
well, if
Like,
we really
But it
analyze
didn't- it
it,
didn't-
He had adults.
You keep bringing up the children. There was a whole group of adults there, and he chose to kidnap the children. He could have
Yeah.
kidnapped the adults.
that was the whole
Yeah.
point, though. Is like he wants to get them and make them zombies and like control everybody. Like he had a bigger plan. He had a real legit evil plan.
He did.
Like Belloc really was more of like, all right, you're the rival and you're the evil person here, but you're more like still an evil intellectual sort. To where like you're taking stuff and keeping it on the black market, whereas like Jones is taking stuff from the black market and putting it in museums. Like that was his
How they
whole
still
point.
got foiled by the archaeologists.
Yeah, but they're both
I mean, the
archaeologists.
Nazis did want to use the Ark to, destroy Western civilization and
Yeah.
such, but
that wasn't Belloc. That was
it's-
the Nazis.
sounds like we're ultimately unanimous, which is rare.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever been involved in a unanimous decision like
Yeah,
that.
I
with
know.
you
It's
guys.
usually not your list,
And
Barry.
this one is thus far.
I wanted to say one last thing. You're talking about like completing the mission. So, the first film, they get the Ark, and Indy's the only person that knows not to keep their eyes open.
Mm-hmm.
So he foils that because he's the only person that knows that bit of information in that scene. Then we see, when they're where they're dangling from the bridge, and Mola Ram grabs the
You
stone.
betrayed, yeah.
Indy knows the Hindu spell to
yeah.
activate the stone. That's why he drops it. I mean, Mola Ram says the two stones fall in the water, and he says those stones will be found.
Yeah.
He tells them
Alright.
straight up.
Yeah.
Mola
They're
Ram
on the
didn't lose
bridge.
anything by those stones
Right.
falling into the water.
No.
His mission's still moving forward at that point until Indy says the words that lights the fire of the stone, burns his hand, he falls to his death. So really, Indy does foil both of their plans in a roundabout way.
Yeah.
I guess you could say that Belloc got
By
further
the way-
to completing his plan.
By the way, going to get those stones would have been much harder than he lets on in his little speech, because slaying that many crocodiles would have been a chore.
Well,
You
it's
give them
like-
a few kids.
It's not like you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say like you just would have shot it up. Like let's be honest, you give a fuck about the crocodiles. You're gonna shoot them all. Like just kill them.
Yeah.
Like,
fuck
and
it.
once again, it was the 30s. There was an RPG in the last one. Get an explosive, blow them all up. Like let's be honest, You don't have to be humane in the jungle about this at all.
I mean, I hate to keep rehashing it, but why not just run across the backs of the crocodiles?
Oh, that's fair.
Yes,
Oh my
Straight
that's
god.
how it's done.
old school Mario style.
Yeah.
All right, shall we move on to love interests?
Yeah.
So we are comparing Willie and Marion.
Give me Willie.
I can't get there, man. She's
What are we actually comparing when we say the lover here?
Yeah. This sounds like another Bond conversation.
Are we saying which one we would prefer to bang, or who was competent in the situation?
To me, it's just about which character do I find
Oh
more
no, Barry.
enjoyable.
Which one do you want, Barry?
Hey.
Barry's list.
They're both fine enough looking ladies, but I just
The
I
first one was
found
kind of
Willie.
mannish. Like,
I found Willie more enjoyable as a character, and that's all I can say.
I guess here's my thing though.
Willie's definitely the more feminine of the two. for
She is
sure.
more feminine.
Sure.
I would say she's more feminine. I would agree with you. But here's my thing. You can't even hook up with her. She's gonna start an argument in the middle of it, and you're not gonna get any.
Yeah, I'm not looking to marry her. I'm just looking.
There you
to
go.
be-
That-
I'm not looking.
that's
I'm not looking to marry her
I'm
either.
looking to be
That a
amused
boy
by her in a
Barry.
movie.
No, I'm with Barry. Like, I'm not looking to get married. I just want her to amuse me.
I didn't say
Barry's
anything
words.
about marriage.
Like Barry's words. Like,
I think she was so amusing, and maybe I'm wrong. Didn't Steven Spielberg marry her?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
'Cause
I'm
anything
conflicted.
goes.
there you go.
I agree with
Conflicted.
I agree with Barry. I think Willie is a more fun character in the story
Yeah.
being told. But if you're thinking about love interests, you're thinking about the story that they have. Backstory definitely plays into it. Mary and him obviously have a history. Miriam's father was his
Statutory rape.
mentor.
She's not useless.
Was his mentor. They don't speak for 10 years.
Yeah.
They come back. They complete a mission that was Miriam's dad's life goal together. I think that their story overall is a better story than random Willie being at the nightclub.
Fair
Picks
point.
her up and they end up in
I don't
India.
know though. You
It's
just
a very
la-
fair perspective.
you just laid out a lot of childhood trauma for old girl though. So I'm kind of with Barry on the chick from Missouri now. Because yeah, she's put in because guess what? She is entirely in her right to be freaked out in all these situations that she is in. It's
absolutely.
So it's one of those things to where I totally get how this broad is freaking out through the whole thing, and the fact that she's even barely as competent as she is just speaks volumes.
that she makes it
already.
to the end alive.
Yeah, like that's
The fact that she makes it to the end alive, we just need to give credit to Indy and Short Round.
That just ticks Alex
Yeah.
off that she makes it to the end alive.
Yeah, so I'm going with old girl because I don't want to deal with that baggage, like a dead parent and everything. Like I said, statutory
baggage.
rape.
She
like-
baggage.
Right?
Willie is the baggage. She is a complete hindrance to everything you do through the
I
entire
know
movie.
where Ray stands on this, and
she's-
before he even started nodding his head,
Then what do I pick, Barry?
you by far prefer Marion
I do.
Yeah.
You know why?
because you find Willie obnoxious and incompetent.
No, it's not that.
I can ignore people talking.
Not her. You can't.
Oh, I'm sure I can.
Just she was not a good piece of the film.
He's got to give me more here, Ray. Like,
Okay, so Miriam was useful, had a nice story arc. I don't even know how to describe Willie. It was like a cock tease of a side piece. It was more. It was
hey,
at least. It was
she
least
wanted
about.
it. She said, "I'm right here in front of you." Like,
It was least about a love interest and more about egotistical, her little high society ways.
yeah,
She was not a love interest whatsoever,
she's
really.
just the high maintenance chicks that wanted to get laid.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Do they ever actually do Indy and Willie ever actually share an on-screen kiss?
At the end.
No,
But they are
the
about to
elephant
kiss and
interrupts
then
it.
the elephant
Interrupt.
sprays on them, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So there isn't ever even real intimacy
No.
between the two of them.
There is attraction, no intimacy.
Well, I think we've got 3 Marions, and we've got 2 Willies, and therefore Tom and I lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I
okay.
respect it. I respect it, fellas.
I am
You
gonna
guys
move
had
the
good
needle.
reasons.
keep your strong.
At least we don't have to
independent-
come to a unanimous decision in
Yeah,
this podcast.
no, yeah.
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 I think this was gonna be short talk. Personally,
What, sidekicks?
yeah,
Yeah, short round
short round.
by a mile.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, Sal is awesome. But
I do
Short
like
Round's
Sal, yeah.
iconic.
Yeah, I don't want to make Salah look like he sucks, but
No.
Short Round's a clear choice here for me.
Absolutely.
Short Round's just awesome. Yeah. So does everybody go there? Ray?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great character. Nobody doesn't like Short Round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No time for love, Dr. Jones.
All right, so then we move on to the movies themselves. I guess we're choosing between Raiders and Temple, guys. What's everybody's thoughts here?
I'm gonna give it to Raiders.
Me too.
Raiders.
Raiders.
I'm a Temple.
Barry and I had this conversation this morning, actually.
Yeah.
See, but it's so close. Like that's my thing. It's like I just think that the chapters in Raiders is more in depth, where I don't know. Temple is like it just seems like it's a really rushed. Like we're doing the nightclub scene, then you just have a quick like fall out of a plane literally to India. Now you're on a slapstick adventure for the Hindus, and I mean it's cool. I love
That's
it.
why it's so great.
But no, I love it because it is so the randomness of it all, like the story just involved or like unfolds like as you go along, but there's just more structure to the first one to where like they're sent on a mission and all that, to where this one's like they stumble upon it. It wasn't even the whole thing was really he wanted that damn diamond and all that.
I will.
Beginning.
This is what I told Barry this morning. These first three movies are like so iconic to me. So we are literally kind of splitting hairs when I'm picking between these three movies. But I will say, rewatching this movie this time as an adult with my children, I thought the magic and the mysticism didn't hit the same for me for some reason. And I remember as a kid, it scared the shit out of me.
I mean, maybe because you know more about Indian culture now.
Well, I mean,
Like,
yeah.
I mean, that's not like.
Or maybe because you're a 35-year-old man.
It is. It's just one of those things. Like it's unknown. Like you said, a lot of times, like that was probably like, a lot of people's first introduction to like another like culture in terms of religion, even like that. So it's like I get how it'd be a shock as a kid.
I just saying like the first when I watched the first movie for this podcast, I just was like grinning and smiling and like, oh man, I'm like super into it. And the second one, I was at parts I was, but when we got like fully into the temple and everything, I didn't find myself in that mode anymore. And that's what, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go with the first one.
But that's where I get into it because I know that the minecart scene's leading. I'm just always
the minecart scene's
I'm
good.
just amped up for like the big fights that lead to the minecart scene that lead to the bridge. Like that's like the temple part is where it picks up for me. Like I could almost do without like a majority of the first half of the film, to be honest with you. Like just give me from when they're in the palace on, and I'd be happy.
What are your thoughts, Ray? We haven't heard from you.
It really is like a coin flip. But for me, I have to go with Temple of Doom one, only because it's just action packed throughout the whole thing, and this is probably the
You didn't get enough Nazi bashing in the first one, like
look.
action
We'll talk about
packed.
Nazi bashing
action
for
packed.
the
You
third
got
one.
you got the one on the plane, you got the one on the truck. Like
Well,
I mean, come on, you had the little one in the loading
my
dock.
favorite one's the third one, so we'll talk about that another time. But for Temple of Doom, for me, it's like the one where Indiana Jones needed everybody to get his ass out of trouble. You needed Short Round, you needed Willie at times. You definitely needed Short Round 1,000 times in this movie, or Indy was going to be a zombie for life. And for me, with the 10 tons of crap fell in his lap with all the shit that he had to get out of, I feel like Temple of Doom should be number one.
Ray, just say it. Say the truth. You really want to fly a boat?
No,
I mean, I want
fly a boat. Get out of here.
I meant to
At
mention
least
these.
float on one.
I meant to mention these things the last episode, but look at just the sheer accolades of the film itself. It won Oscars for Best Art Direction, Set Direction, Best Sound, Best Film Editing and Visual Effects.
we were talking about sound on the way in.
It was nominated for Best Director. I think it was, Best Director, Best Cinematography, Best Original Score. It's rated the number 59 movie on IMDb. It's got a 94% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. And
Nobody
then you
cares about tomatoes anymore.
and then you think, this is the sequel movie. How does it stack up against the original? It won an Oscar for Best Visual Effects. It was nominated for Best Score. So John Williams was the score writer
Mhm.
for both of those films. So makes sense.
So that's
It was
Um,
John.
yeah, that's what we were
It's
talking
not
about.
in IMDb's top 250 movies. It's a 77% on Rotten Tomatoes.
By the way, talking about the John Williams score, the main Indiana Jones like theme song. It's actually when he presented it to Spielberg and Lucas, like, hey, I wrote 2 songs, and I want you guys to pick between the 2. They listened to him and was like, combine them, and then he combined the 2 songs to make what it is now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, very interesting.
Yeah, and he introduced them actually as 2 thematically different songs. So he introduced one part of it as like an opening, sort of theme song, and then he wrote another section that was more of the action sequences.
to where they would have been played at different parts and all.
So
I
it was
like
kind of
that.
like these dual
Yeah.
kind of themes, and yeah, he's like, I like them both. Just put them together.
Yeah,
that's
so
very cool.
so
Pretty
it
awesome.
would have been like the Bond, how you get like dun 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 dun, but they always use the dun dun dun
Like a
dun for like
variation.
like exclamation points and stuff. Yeah, I can see that.
And I mean, John Williams is a goat and
Yeah.
songwriter.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
he and
absolutely.
Hans Zimmer are, I think, the top of the tiers. So
So where are we sitting at then? Right now, we got.
We got 1, 2 temples, I think,
Yeah.
and I
3
think
Raiders.
we've got
2
3
Ra-
or
Is it 3 Raiders?
I'm
Where are you at,
Raiders.
Davey?
Yeah,
You're Raiders. So Raiders has it.
Yeah.
which it was closer than I thought it would be, frankly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was really on it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, until we watched them here, like I was even talking to Alex in the basement that like I was gonna go Temple or Temple of Doom was number 1, but like I said, there's more to me. There's just more density in Raiders.
All
there's
right. Well,
nothing
there's our
over it.
rankings for the week. We appreciate you tuning in for this Temple of Doom episode. And we would appreciate you tuning in next week for
The Last Crusade.
The Last Crusade. Thank you, Power. Saved me there.
Yeah.
The Last Crusade.
Or actually tune in next week for shit.
Yeah. Just the great shit.
I mean, you've heard us before.
And thanks for tuning in to Blockbuster Bums.